American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat dito po sa Amerika. Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Nako, tingnan nyo naman parang wala akong liig. Ano yan may mga virtual. Ayan I'm trying to make myself comfortable in front of this microphone. Anyway, my name is Josie Moralidad-Ziman from the Filipino American Cancer Care. And we would like to thank our station manager and PHLV Radio, Mr. Johan, for being with us. Thank you so much, Johan, for being the man behind the camera. And of course, malapit na po yung event ng Filipino American Cancer Care. Oh my goodness, you know what? Every minute counts now. We have been preparing for this event for more than a year. And actually, the day after our event last year, we already made some planning and preparation. So, it's going to be October 12, 2025, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Hyatt Regency in Western Virginia. But here's a deal. Here's a good news for you. We will have the hors d'oeuvres, okay? It will be served between 2:30 to 2:50. So make sure nandoon kayo. You're going to be there at the hotel before 2:30. And then we had a food tasting last few days ago. And it was so yummy, so delicious. And everybody is going to like it. Courtesy, of course, of Hyatt Regency and their executive chef Sean Glover. So thank you. And of course, kung gusto nyo pang bumili ng ticket, please, we still have some additional tables. Contact us at 571-352-0165. Akala nyo nagbabasa ako? Wala akong binabasa. Anyway, without further introduction, we are going to welcome some of the models of the Filipino American Cancer Care. First, we have our ambassador, young ambassador, who just celebrated his 16th birthday. And I would like to know how he's doing. And syempre yung mother niya, who is also our board of advisor. They're very supportive of the Filipino American Cancer Care. Let's welcome Lexer Alvarez and his mom, Gabby or Gabriela Alvarez. Hi, Gabby.
Hello.
Hi, Lex.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Good night.
How are you?
Greetings. So excited waiting for the event.
How are you, Lex? How are you doing now?
Good.
Did you eat the food that I sent you last time?
Yes, I did. It was very delicious.
Oh,
It was delicious.
yes.
Obviously, always from chef.
What's that? What
Always
did you
chef
say?
cooks so delicious. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Evelyn. Chef Evelyn, by the way.
Yeah, Chef Evelyn. Lex, are you excited for our event?
Of course. Anything for the cause.
Okay, I'm going to ask you more questions later, okay? Now,
Yes.
let's welcome one of our officers and business manager. I always call her ate. I don't call her elder sister, the older sister as ate. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
Because
okay.
I've known her before I get to know her other sibling. Okay, let's welcome Miss Maria Pauline Laman. Hi, Ate.
Hi. Yeah, she's calling me ate, but she's not calling my big sister.
That's
But it's
unfair.
But that's okay. My sister actually is Maribel. Maribel Bondak is my sister. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Philippines, and good evening here in the US. And I am very excited about this fashion show, and I'm excited to showcase our food as well. I was in the tasting, and actually I was the one who did the hors d'oeuvres, and I hope everybody would love it. Everybody would like it, and it's a surprise, though. So thank you for having me here, Josie. And hi, everyone.
Thank you. And look
So,
at your background. I like that. Library. Lex, do you like the library?
I do. I was just
Yeah,
looking at it.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm
How
I'm in the
much
car.
time? How much time do you spend reading books, Lex?
A lot.
Wow.
A
4 hours.
lot. Wow. You should read the book of my husband and my book. But I think Lex is only 16 years old. He wrote something about girls'
And we
crimes.
we had a copy from the birthday party, so we're reading that now.
Oh, really? Your husband is reading it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, we have to welcome also one of our newest models. And I'm grateful and thankful to her. Last time we have our Zoom Bingo hula party. And you know what? She just told me her age. I felt so old. Is that okay if I tell everyone how old you are?
Have something
You
for.
know what she said to me? She's 58 years old and she looks
What?
very young.
I
She
know.
looks like a celebrity. Ang tanong ko sa kanya, have you ever been part of the Philippine show business? But anyhow, let's welcome Rowena Mahia. Hi, Weng.
Hi, good evening, good morning, Philippines. My name is Rowena Mahia Colina. I am in Richmond, Virginia, and I am very honored to be part of showcasing at the Filipino American Cancer Care. Thank you, Ate Josie.
Have you ever been a model, a runway model?
A long time ago, when I was in my teens and a beauty pageant holder, very, very long time ago, I had done a couple, but that was ages.
Mhm. How does it feel when somebody is telling you that you look beautiful and you look very young?
Well,
You get used to it.
no, I actually, it's funny because my last name is Mahia. You know what
Yes.
Mahia means, right?
And
So,
we're just pronouncing it as Mahia
Mahia.
because,
yeah, but
Mahia.
being of a Filipino descent, I was born in the Philippines, and
Which part?
my mom is from Mindoro and my dad is from Batangas, Elae. So,
You know how to speak ala eh.
yes, so I speak Tagalog fluently, and I have friends here in the area that we speak all the time to just make sure that we keep the culture and the language. But I was shy when I was younger, but my parents threw us in the throes of Filipino culture growing up in New Jersey. So joining Filipino groups, being part of different Filipino associations, kind of got my sisters and I out of our shell. So I owe
Okay.
them.
That's good to hear. Ikaw, Ate Pauline, ha? What was your background?
Oh, I was I was born in the Philippines as well, and I grew up there, and I'm here in the United States in 1998. So right now, I'm in the culinary team of Hyatt Regency Reston. Back in the Philippines, I was a flight attendant for 9 years.
Hmm.
So I've
Being
been,
a flight attendant in the Philippines, that's something, right?
yes, 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 very true.
How long
I'm
did
in
you
the
serve?
9 year flag
9 years.
carrier, Philippine
Uh-huh.
Airlines.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. I think
Yeah.
that's one of my ambition in life, but that's also one of my frustrations because I don't have the face and I don't have the height, but I have the guts.
Yeah.
Anyway, my first question for Gabby and Lex. I know I always interview you. We always talk. What inspired you both to be a part of the Filipino American Cancer Care? And now you're, modeling for FACC for how many years now? 2 years or 3 years?
3 years. Going in more. Well, we joined the FACC like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Close
Mm-hmm.
to 4. No,
And what
I
is
don't
it
know.
like for
I
you, the guys?
I feel for me, Cancer comes really deep to myself because, I lost my brother and multiple family members. I think it was deeply, I was always for the cause, but maybe the entities or the fundraising nonprofits were not what I was looking for. What admired me is how united the Filipino culture is, how lovable, how you guys all come to one, and it doesn't matter if you guys know each other or not. You guys are together for the cause, no matter if you knew me today or not. You just met me, but you're there for the cause. And I feel like deep to myself, to my core, that's what my parents put in me as a child, and I never found it, Josie. Not even when I
So you
lost
feel at
my
home with the Filipino
I feel
American
at home. I feel more
community.
Filipino than Hispanic, and
Yeah.
I know
And
I'm gonna
actually, you're
sound
more
weird.
Filipino than most Filipinos.
Yes, I am more Filipino than Hispanic, and I am so honored for you guys adopting me and the culture. And I embrace it, and I tell everybody, and I don't know, I just feel honored and humble and happy to help because I feel like you guys are truly you, Josie. You're amazing, by the way, not because you're a person that suffered the consequences of cancer, but also had the guts to create a nonprofit to help people that didn't have the resources, the skills or the knowledge of what cancer is today. You were able to do that for other people in your community, and with that you touch me, Hispanic and American, and so many other cultures. So you have a gift that God give you. Your disease was a gift for us, the humanity, to be able to join you and help you in your cause. And I cannot be more proud of be part of that little tiny little contribution that I do and give you and give the world. And I hope that that matters to every single person that receives something from the FACC.
Thank you so much, Gabi, and for the kind words. Now, Lex.
Well, I'm not a very big cancer type of person. Personally, I don't really like studying the disease or how it really works. All I know is that the consequences of what it does and the extensiveness of how the treatments are. In the field that I'm currently in, medications are a very big thing that we need to learn due to other factors of diseases that could become more irrelevant or even more relevant. So cancer itself, I don't really believe is so much of a burden and more of just a lesson, a lesson of how to take care of yourself and what you can be put through,
Mm-hmm.
of how you can deal with it and how you can try and make a voice out there to tell people how it is. And maybe then we can change how we treat it.
I
Because
love this
honestly,
boy. You know what? He talks like a grown up. He's only 16 years old, but think about it. He's already thinking about the cure and the advancement of technology in terms of cancer research.
Josie is only 15.
Oh, 15.
yeah,
I'm 16. All right. Now, with Rowena, I'm sure, Weng, this is your first time and we met already. So, is there a personal connection why you decided to be part of this upcoming event for FACC? Or what are your thoughts about cancer?
Well, thank you for asking. There is a personal connection with cancer in my family, especially my father's side of the family. It runs prevalent there. My father had colon cancer and he passed away from lung cancer. And then during COVID, both my sisters were three girls in a family, and both of my sisters were both diagnosed with breast cancer at the same time. And so they also have the gene for the ovarian cancer. So my middle sister, they found it early, so early detection. So she was able to do a mastectomy, but she opted for double because she has young children at the time. And then my youngest sister, she has metastatic breast cancer, and it affected her not just breast, but she also has it in her spine, in her vertebrae, lesions on her liver. And until now, that was 2020. It's now 2025. She's still in chemo treatment, and that is what is keeping her still with us. So it's very, very personal. When they were going through COVID and also cancer, I was able to go home and take time off from work and take care of them at the same time. And my husband was really, really supportive of that. So, yes. So after that, I'm a Zumba instructor as well. So every time there was a Party in Pink Zumbathon, I was very keen on participating in that and any cancer walks. And it's really important to become aware of what cancer is and how it can be prevented, in the sense of not really prevented, but making those lifestyle choices that may affect whether or not you would get the disease. So besides being the spiritual and, the physical, everything combined, I think it's really important for everyone to be aware of that. And like Lex said, of other diseases that are prevalent in our communities in the world.
How about Ate Pauline? By the way, Ate Paulina, I would like to welcome Cheryl Onciano. Are you there, Cheryl? We're actually live on PHLV Radio. And thank you so much for being with us. Would you like to, before I give the microphone to Ate Pauline, would you like to greet everyone?
Hello, good evening. I'm Sherilyn Anciano, and I'm up
She's
work right
working
now,
in the
so
hospital.
but I can listen to the meeting. So yeah, I'm a
You're on the
nurse
radio
here.
show. You're not on a meeting. This is a
Oh,
radio show.
okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so I'm at work, so but I'll be listening, and yeah, I'm gonna get to join a little bit. Yeah, and my daughter is gonna is gonna walk to the runway this coming October 12th.
Thank you, Cheryl. Now, Ate Pauline, how does it feel to be a part of an event and, of course, being part of the Filipino American Cancer Care?
Yes, thank you. Because the cancer care is very personal to me as well. I have a very personal connection since our dad passed away 41 years ago on lung cancer. It's not only, cancer doesn't only affect only the patients, but the people around them, the families. And through that, it's inspired me because I saw the patients, their courage, their patience, and, the resilience, in the battling of cancer. And for me, cancer is not the end of hope. With awareness and early detection, we can continue our lives, we can save lives. And through this, charity gala, and then we can help some patients to like not longer their lives, but to make them feel they're loved, they're on the safe area, safe community. And I'm really, really honored to be part of Filipino American Cancer Care. And thank you, Josie, for letting me join and being part of this very good cause.
Okay. My next question for everybody. Okay. Now, when you see someone fighting for his time and life on this earth because of cancer, what is it like for you, Gabby and Lex, and then Wen, and I'll pass it on to Ate Pauline. Gabby first.
For me, it's so touching. It takes me back to a third world country where I was born in Costa Rica, when my brother, 25 years ago, got diagnosed with testicular cancer. And even if we're a very humble family back then, we did everything that we could while the science and education and everything that we received from doctors and others and hospitals. And there were no associations, there were nowhere they could have helped us because things like Filipino American Cancer Care didn't exist in Costa Rica. I don't think they still, I don't know, I don't live in Costa Rica today, but I don't think they're part of the living of the people. And how you learn through these programs is what is important. Because after we did everything we did, my brother lived 2.5 years before having a metastasized cancer. They eventually took over all his bones and he died within 6 months and 2 weeks. And there were nothing we can do about it. After he received chemotherapy, radiation, and everything, love, care, compassion, we took care of her. Actually, he died holding my hand. And that's the hand that he has never let go for me to continue to help the people that suffer cancer. So if I'm just a little tiny bit of a word, especially in the Hispanic community, where many people don't have insurance, many people are undocumented, maybe people don't have education to know what they are suffering. So there's so many places, especially like FACC, that we do screenings and these, and we offer different things. I wish we can offer more, and hopefully next year we're all gonna offer more, and we will continue to offer more through the years, and God will give us life for that, because we have to continue to be a voice for those that don't have any education to those and to help, and that's what it means to me.
Okay, and you, Lex, when you see someone like your age fighting cancer, what is it like for you?
Well, what I think is that it could be much worse, and that I personally think of a much deeper level, a much more economic and more medical research way. My field is medical research microbiology, which is very different than oncology. But what I think is all the money and resources that we are currently spending into government agencies that are irrelevant at the moment, and how we can be using that funding to fund the Center for Disease Control, NAD, and even forts that specialize in treating our military members and civilians as well, research. I think that we should be spending money more on resources that could help us get better treatments than literally having to have an IV, putting a drug that will murder all your cells and make you more susceptible to a broad range of diseases.
So you're more pro finding a cure?
I'm more profound in the developmental prowesses that we can pursue
That's
rather
right.
than to inject ourselves with something that will most definitely leave us with not only emotional scars, but on a cellular level, a mass traumatic response. When you get chemotherapy, your cells alter themselves. All the microbes in your body alter themselves, and they become what is known as inert. They simply die off. Cells, they need to learn how to respirate and how to begin secreting their enzymes and actually function rather than the chemo just annihilating everything that's there, because chemo isn't specific to one cell, it attacks all of it. There
Okay.
really is no way to stop one thing. And I think that we should start finding something that can work specifically on one thing rather than everything.
Thank you. And you, Wang, and then Ate Pauline.
Well, my feelings are more about, especially for me, is contained to just because it's happened in my family. So I, any family member, you want to alleviate their pain as much as you can, to be there for them, not just spiritually, but physically, like I was able to do and was blessed that I was able to do. But I cannot control what's going on in their body. The only thing I can do is be supportive, take them wherever they need to go for their appointments, pick up medicine, feed them well, pray over them, comfort them. That's all what I can do on my part. But as a whole, I do hope that they do find a cure for cancer one of these days. But in the meantime, we just hold on to the people that we love and just try to do the best we can to keep them comfortable.
Why do you think it's important for everyone to stand together in the fight against cancer?
Well, just, I also have lupus. So I was diagnosed when I was in my 20s, and thankfully I still have it, but I'm in remission. It's very important to have support groups. It's very important to be in solidarity with your fellow brothers and sisters in the same predicament as you, because it'll make them feel like they're not the only ones in this juncture by themselves, that they are not alone in the fight. And that's what's important for them to know. Because it's very important to know when you're sick that why is this happening to me? Why did God do this to me? But just know you're not the only one who's going through it. And it's really important, if you can, to find support groups because that will always help you as well.
Very well said. Ate Pauline?
For me, when I see someone fighting cancer, I feel a mix of deep compassion, respect, and hope. Compassion because I can only imagine the pain, the fear and the uncertainty they're going through. And then respect is because it takes like incredible courage and strength, to face something so life changing. And
Mhm.
hope because even in their darkest moments, there's always a chance of healing, breakthroughs, and brighter days ahead. And it also reminds me how important is to be present, like for myself, because of my dad, it's important that you're there to listen, to show support, not only show kindness, not only on the patient, but on the family members. Because, like small gestures of love can mean everything during such a journey. Like you're
Okay.
there.
All right. Now, Gabby and Lex, how do you hope your participation will raise funds and awareness for cancer care within our cancer community?
Well, I hope that with every member of my family, of their families, my work, my community, my church, everything else, they learn there is an entity there that has more resources, assistance. They can reach out to us for any questions. We can direct them. So I feel like we're very important. We're vital because we can direct people to have the knowledge that they require for themselves or for their loved ones. And I feel like we are growing. It's only our 5th year, but I feel like we're gonna go places and where we're gonna touch much more people in our community. And I am so honored for that. Just
Lex?
the thing they know that more people is gonna get our assistance is important, and more people to participate to be able to provide for others they need.
Lex?
Over time, I hope that this association can become more than just a tiny community, but more of a global assistance. As time will pass, that we will get bigger and bigger to where we can possibly go internationally or expand to every region on Earth. as a provider of assistance.
Okay. Wang, I just wanted to ask you, why do you think people sometimes misunderstand about cancer and the journey of those affected by cancer? Di ba minsan some people are saying, oh, you got cancer, you know why? That's a life sentence.
They don't understand.
I don't think, yes, it may feel like a life sentence, but if you have hope, anything can happen. It's very important that you just follow your doctors and make sure that you are on the regimen that you're supposed to be in. But I think a lot of it also has to do with your mindset because the mind is powerful and it may take a little bit of time, but I still believe that with hope that, we can overcome anything.
Mm-hmm.
That includes diseases as well.
Since some members of your family have been affected by cancer, are you scared of cancer?
Of course, I'm scared. But at the same time, what's going to happen, there are things in our lives that we cannot control, right? You can only control what you can control. And you leave everything else to whatever you believe in, a higher God, just, anything that's in your heart. But there's always that fear, but you can't let fear get to you. You need to live your life as it's the best day of your life. Like every day should be lived to the fullest because we never know if we get something else or if we come into an accident. So it's really important to be able to control what you can control and just leave everything else to God.
Thank you. Ate Pauline, why should people continue to donate or support FACC's mission even after the event? After this, a fifth anniversary celebration of FACC, why do you think, they have to share their talent, they have to share something in the community?
Yeah, for me, because Filipino American Cancer Care as an organization that you can, like the community, you can see all the support of all people, like what they said. Even though we don't know each other, different cultures, we came from different countries, if the patients would see that we are one and we are here to support them and then they can feel the love, they can feel that we are there, we can, we listen. And then that's why, like, we raise funds for them. Yes, we help them financially, but we are also here to help them, emotionally, mentally. And then we are here as a community. Filipino American Cancer Care organization is open to everyone, every help. It's if they have some questions, some research, they can also reach to us and we can also give them knowledge, educate them. And we also have some the blood test and everything, the foundations,
Cancer screening, yes.
events that are doing the cancer screening, yes. So we also offer that. So just support the Filipino American Cancer Care, and I believe that we can help more lives.
Mm-hmm. And just listening to the journey of others, that will make also a difference.
Yes.
And by
Yes,
the way,
that's true.
we
Yes.
have some spiritual advisors in this organization. And you know what, Lex? I'm hoping that other kids like your age would participate in our activities in the mission of the Filipino American Cancer Care. And sometimes it's not easy to ask for donations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So, Lex, what's one thing you've learned through the years by being part of FACC?
Strength.
Strength? How would you define that?
Strength in numbers would be my defined. Strength in numbers and courageousness. I see people who would stick together not by their designers, but by the people organizing it rather than what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they'll follow the designers, obviously, but they'll follow what it is. I see a lot of inspiration in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of compassion with what it is. And I feel like the more fundraising events that we have, the more we can educate not just Filipino or American people, but really anybody. Because honestly, strength in numbers means the more influence. And the more influence you have, the more people will get to know something.
That's right. And cancer awareness, is a big deal because being aware of cancer can actually save lives, right, Gabi?
Yes. Yes. And I feel like every year through our events, we touch somebody, and that somebody raises awareness to others to let them know who we are. And with that, the mission cannot stop. It has just to continue and to get better and stronger because unfortunately, Josie, more people is going to need our resources, our guidance, our education, or where we can point them out. So I feel that's why we're so important.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of cure, and research, I don't think it's not just because you're, in, intelligent, you're a rocket scientist. You're just gonna be like, okay, I can solve these problems. But actually being there for others, having that empathy, praying for other, cancer
Absolutely.
patients or survivors, that will really impact, that will make a big impact.
And what is important to Josie is cancer doesn't see education, level of power, richness, or poor. It touches us all. You never know who is going to have cancer.
Well, cancer doesn't discriminate.
No,
It targets
everywhere.
animals. People actually don't know that animals can get cancer.
That's right, the dogs. I've seen a lot
The
of
dogs, the
videos.
cats, any animal,
Yes.
anything that can walk, live, breathe, and function can get cancer.
So with that, cancer is a really
Big thing.
disease. They can
Cancer-
target us all, and that's why
cancer
we need to get
Can become genetic.
we need to get united.
The thing is that with all the things that happen and all the things that people do, animals can become greatly infected, even wildlife, among insects to plants to, I think, even at the microscopic level. Like once one thing gets targeted, what's stopping it from going everywhere else?
Okay. Wang, how does it feel to be a part? Of course, I'm sure you're excited and you're looking forward for this big event by FACC. But this is an event that celebrates fashion, compassion, and philanthropy.
I like that. When Isa first approached me, I thought she was just joking, but the more she talked to me about it, I was very excited because, with cancer, you hear the big cancer organizations. And what I love about this is, you're grassroots. You started from the beginning, you're 5 years in, you're getting
Yes.
and I'm so far away from your area that for me to hear about this, it inspires me to perhaps, become part of or a member of your group because I love the way these like Gabby and Lex and the other members are talking about their support, and I'd like to be part of that as well, especially because there is such a personal connection. And because of the fact that all you hear about cancer organizations are these big, massive groups with like big grants and things like that.
Dancing, eating.
Yeah, it's nice to know that it's nice to know there is somewhere local that we can feel part of a community. And like Gabby said, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and I
Feel wanted in something.
that's the goal of FACC and I'm very honored to for this.
If I may say something, Josie, people don't know. They maybe think that you provide these resources.
No.
No, you work for these resources. You
We
work
don't
for
have
the
money.
help. We don't have money. We count with you all to help us to provide for others that are in need. And that's what our
And
community
we pay our
don't
own
know. And that's what
tickets.
we want to raise awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yes.
need every single contribution. Any dollar
Yes.
counts for others.
Yes.
Well, the thing is that people also think that we keep it for ourselves. Really, we
No.
do give it to everyone.
No,
We
That's
and
give
right.
every
Yes.
cent.
And we're
there's a lot
Yes.
of
always on deficit. That's why I pay my own ticket, my husband,
yeah,
Yes.
everybody. Because you know
yeah,
what?
we do too.
Cancer is a very expensive disease.
It is.
Mhm.
It's a
It is.
high-end
Yes,
disease.
It
yes.
is.
When I saw how much chemotherapy costs just for a couple rounds, it's wow, crazy for something that will kill you in the end.
Now imagine somebody without insurance. So
Great.
yeah,
So then that's triple it, and it's all alone. You don't
Mhm.
have some.
You know, in
That's
the
so true.
Philippines right now, as we are talking, I was informed by the mother of one of our cancer patient beneficiaries who passed away at the age of 18 last year. And, you know, he developed, he got blind because of cancer, and then he developed that diabetes. So he passed away. His name was, what's that? Carl Mercado. Now, I was informed by his mom that another friend who was diagnosed with leukemia, as well as his dad, who is working as a tricycle driver in the Philippines, you know, he was also diagnosed with cancer. And they are very, very poor. And they don't even have internet connection in their house. They don't even have electricity. So think about it. Some people are going to die
no,
It's,
they
not
don't.
just because of cancer. They're going to die because of being poor, of not having
Yes.
anything on the
Correct.
table.
Yeah.
well, Josie, if you think about it like this, really, that happens everywhere on the planet.
That's
Think
right.
of Africa, think of
Oh,
Asia. It
think
happens
that's right.
in mass.
And you know,
Almaris, Costa Rica, where my parents live, they don't even know what so many cases of cancer are coming in
I
the
don't
last
even
2 years.
I don't even think
Yeah.
many people know what Lyme disease is. People still think it stays with you forever.
no.
That shocks me.
You know, in
And it happens
Zimbabwe,
everywhere on the planet.
Lex, you know, in Zimbabwe, they only have one cancer center in the whole nation.
Wow.
In the whole nation. How much more in other third
Yeah.
world country? Now, Ate Pauline, what do you believe, what do you believe we can do better as a community to support other cancer patients? You know, we're so lucky we're here in the United States.
Yeah.
We have the best. Okay, let's say insurance is very expensive, but we have all the resources. If you don't have money, you can go to charity. There's always somebody who's going to help you in America. So, Ate,
Yeah.
how what? How can we support the other people from other countries?
Yeah. Let me share first. Remember, Josie, when I went home in the Philippines 2 years ago and I met Lala Donilia?
Oh yeah, I sent you there. Remember?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she was
And I
18
went,
years old.
she was 18 years old, and I met her in Lung Center of the Philippines. So I met her mom and her two siblings.
She had
They
a
were there.
leukemia. Yeah.
He had a leukemia, yes, and she only got the cancer. She was diagnosed cancer like only
Yeah.
like a year.
She was an A student who wanted to be a doctor.
And she's really good in, she's an artist as well.
Mhm.
And then when I went back here in America, after a few months, she passed away. It's really, really sad. Maybe what we can help, because, what I've learned also of supporting cancer, like in an organization, is like, as you said, giving time or giving resources. It's about giving hope, because we have to as the value of community, compassion, and standing together, because no one should really ever face cancer alone. We just have to show them that we are here, like we are for them. And all the support, all the love, and what we can give them, even they're far away. We
Yeah.
just show them that we're here.
Show them that we are strong, mighty, and ready to fight.
Amen to
Yes,
that.
we're
We're
ready
just
to
here to
fight.
support.
Yes.
Nobody really is alone in anything.
No one,
There's
no
always
one.
someone,
Yeah.
and
And no
there's
one should
always
be alone.
no one ever should be alone. If you're
Very
fighting
true.
something that can torture you, I believe that you should have every right to be with anybody
Yeah.
you want.
And the
Yes.
Lord is
Every
always with
person.
us.
Yes. God is always with us. He's
Yeah.
always with us.
He never left our side.
Yes.
No,
And
and
I
he gave us
think
the strength to help others and to be
when
there for others.
when you always hear that word, these words, no one is alone in the fight against cancer. What is your thought? What are your thoughts about this? Oh, you're muted.
Oh, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
We always hear this quote, no one is alone in the fight against cancer. Now, my question, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, it is true. Like I said before, like when someone's going through it, it's they really have to know that they're not the only ones who are going through it, and that they should be able to, find comfort in knowing that, and to reach out if they need to, because sometimes when you're going through it, you want to just absorb everything by yourself. And that's not really the thing to do, especially when you're going through something like that. It's good to have family around, friends around, people that love you and know that these people love you and will do anything for you. But if you isolate yourself and not reach out, sometimes, some people just don't know what to do because they don't know what you want of them. So sometimes you just have to be vocal and get over that fear of asking for help.
Lex and Gabi, what role does culture play in how we support each other through illness, not just cancer?
Oh, wow.
Well, culture is one thing. Culture. It's what you're raised by, it's who you represent, it's where you're at. But really, when it comes to cancer, it doesn't discriminate. Really, you're all fighting one thing. So it does affect different cultures differently. Topography sometimes affects how people get cancer, how much strength they have against it. But honestly, in the end, we're all the same people and we're all fighting the exact same thing to stop it.
Okay. Now, my next question for everyone. This question is for everybody. What makes this fundraising charity gala event of the Filipino American Cancer Care different from other fundraisers or galas you've attended in our area? Just like you, Gabby, you've been to a lot of events.
I have been supporting cancer since my brother died 25 years ago, and Josie with
Are you there?
the definition of differences. Can you hear me?
Can you say it again?
Yeah, I say I've been supporting cancer research and help and any resource since my brother died 25 years ago. And I have never found an organization like yours. And I am so proud to belong to it because you are truly an inspiration in someone that other people should look into to proceed with helping others. Because Josie, maybe many people don't know, but you will give everything and more. You will be in debt for us to be able to help our people for the year, even if we don't have the funds they were supposed to raise. So you do not take a penny. You give more than what you have.
To be honest with you, I got broke because of FACC.
That is amazing. That's how your heart is so big that you just cannot stop giving. And I think that that's why everyone should be part of your organization because
That's why
we will always be part of your organization.
That's what I always tell everybody. When when you participate, when you become a volunteer of the FACC, it's not just about you're going to attend the activities. It's actually a self-sacrifice. If you don't have the passion, the commitment, the compassion, I don't think this organization is for you, because you know what? Everybody pays here and everybody is a volunteer.
Plus, along the way, I had to tell you something. I found a new family and I am so at home and I feel so welcome. So thank you all my American Filipino friends, because now you guys are my family.
Think about it, Ate Pauline and Weng, they're not Filipinos.
I know.
No,
Yes.
we're from
Hispanics.
everywhere and now we're just this big family and I
And
love
just
it.
talking to them one day, we
I
should
know,
bring
everybody's
them to the
welcome.
Philippines.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you're from. It's just a connection.
That's right. Do you
Yes.
feel
We are
that
glad. We are
connection,
glad.
Weng?
Well, yes, I do, because I'm all about participation, contribution, support in the cause for good cause, positive causes, and I see the love that is extended here for FACC from Gabby and Lex, and like you said, they're not even Filipino, and they feel like family, and family is very important to me, whether it's blood or not. We are still all very connected, and this is a great way to connect.
Very true.
Yes.
Very
But
true.
we also have to acknowledge that in the Filipino culture and Filipino community, especially in the Philippines and sometimes, in these gatherings of Filipinos, there is some sort of what you called as a stigma, right? There is that stigma of talking about cancer. Even some people don't want to hear that word cancer. Before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I don't want to see any commercials, anything on radio about cancer. But now my life is all about cancer in the morning, cancer at night, cancer when I go to bed. It's all about C, big cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice that sometimes people just, okay, I'm
Yeah,
not going
and
to listen to that.
Hispanic community relates with the stigma. We don't want to talk about it because we don't want to bring it into our lives and things like that, that we learn from our grandmothers and such. But I think it's more like education and
Stay educated also.
yeah, and knowing that it's something that is there. We don't know. It's like a lottery ticket. You never know if you get it. I actually cannot say it, but I am going through a very deep matter in my life with cancer right now, with somebody that I really love, that is so close to my heart. It's actually half of my heart. And yeah, and what were the odds of that? And 4 years ago, it just happened. And then things like that just happen. And it's like, wow, sometimes you just don't know. It's stigma. You don't want to bring it into your lives. But unfortunately, it's something that is there. And we need to raise awareness and education to know that it's there and to let those others that are within that stigma mindset to know that they have people to reach out like us or any other places for them to be able to get a test to get better instead of like letting a disease consume their bodies and not even get diagnosed, because that happens too. That happens in Costa Rica.
That's
I
true.
recently just had a scare with cancer for myself.
Oh, really?
This is true. And I didn't know you were going so personal.
I had to get a biopsy because one of the suspects was cancer. And while not really thinking that it could have been cancer and more of the broad range of what it could have been, it's still pretty scary to know that the result could come back and it could
Just
be
hearing
something
the word
worse.
biopsy, you know what I'm saying? You connect it
Yeah.
with the word cancer.
Yeah.
Yes, and for my, if I may say, for my side, I've learned that when my mom is pregnant, for me, I've learned that my dad has a cancer. He has a cancer already, so it's probably my genes, I have it, but it's not that active. So I was really scared before growing up. And then when I have some bruises and everything, I'm scared right away. My mom is scared right away. But you know, with the awareness and early detection, that's why now I always tell myself if I feel something, I have to go to the doctor. Just awareness, self-awareness, education, and the community that we have. You know, we cannot prevent, but we can, as Gabby said, the mindset, and as Rowena said, it's the mindset of people.
You know, as a cancer survivor, I always go to the doctor nowadays. And as you get older, you always see the doctor. For me, it's like going to school every week. Just because every little thing, right now, I'm going to have a surgery of my hand because I have a big cyst here. And then I'm going to have another surgery in the other hand. And then I'm going to have an MRI next Tuesday. So, you know, there's always something going on in the human body that's unpredictable, that you don't know what's going on here, right? And one day you may realize, what's this? Is this another cancer? But life has to go on.
Yes.
Yeah, but with that, Josie, also, you know, a lot of our communities, they don't have the ability to understand and speak the language like we do. So, and that's why I don't speak Taleo or anything like that, but I speak Spanish. So with that, and a voice into those people that don't have maybe an able to understand and get guidance and instructions, because they it's not because they don't want to, it's because they cannot understand. And with that cultural, I think we can also provide services there.
That's right. So education is very important.
Yes.
Now, thank you so much, ladies, and of course, our gentleman here, Lex Sir, for being with us, and to your dad. Now, lastly, your message to everyone. Let's get some messages from Rowena first. Hi, Wang. Oh, you're muted.
I am very happy to be part of this organization, to not just walk the runway, but also to contribute. And I do plan on reaching out to other people and contribution, and let's get this going.
You know, Wang, you should really enjoy the food, the dancing, and, you know, get to know each other. Because in the Filipino American Cancer Care, it's just like having one big family. And after the event, we're going to have another party. Right, Gabby and Lex?
Yes.
Okay. And your message to everyone?
Well, for me, it's please join us on October 12th. There's still some slots there, not many. If you cannot help us with this, we have multiple events through the year, and we hope to see you in 2026 for the Vikela. But your contribution and your attendance is not omissive. We need you, not just October 12th, 2025. We always need you. And then I am so humble and honored to walk in the name of every single member of my family that has lost to cancer this coming October 12th.
Thank you. And Lex?
Stay tuned with us. Literally, stay tuned.
Remember, you have
Keep up with us.
you have a big role to play.
I do.
In welcoming the guest.
And honestly, keep up with latest medical news. Keep up with reports. Keep up with data. Keep up with how to prevent anything, any disease, not just cancer, everything.
Yes.
How to stay safe and how to stay extremely hygienic.
And our event on October 12th is going to be covered by some media outlets, and also one big network in the Philippines is our media sponsor, GMA7 Network. So stay tuned, right, Lex?
Yes.
And Ate Pauline, lastly, your message.
Well, we'll see you, everyone, on October 12th. Join us. Yes, we still have some slots left. We have to fill those slots. And if you cannot join, yes, you can also donate. Reach out, go to our page, Filipino American Cancer Care. Everybody's welcome. And we are so excited for the show and for the food. For the food. It's a surprise food. Everybody will enjoy the food for sure.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us on our radio show, On the Air with FACC, Filipino American Cancer Care. Bye.
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 Thank you.
The Filipino American Cancer Care has just brought you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.